February 2026 has brought a wave of notable game reveals across multiple genres. These announcements highlight ambitious projects, fresh gameplay ideas, and high-end presentation. Let's get right into it. Solid Snake joins Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege as an attacking operator in Year 11. Season 1, Operation Silent Hunt. He uses the Soliton Radar Mark III, a handheld device that shows a mini-map with nearby enemies and default cameras. Precision mode reveals enemy positions and their line of sight, but alerts defenders when they are detected. The radar works only on the same floor, and Snake cannot use his primary weapon while it is active, creating a clear balance between intel and combat.
Waiting, huh?
Never hurts to take things slow.
Soldiers like us never get the chance. There's always one more fight.
Black Myth: Zhong is an action role-playing game developed by Game Science and serves as the second entry in the Black Myth series. The single-player game draws from Chinese folklore and features Zhong, known as a ghost-catching god who moves between hell and earth. Built as a new project rather than additional content for the previous title, the game continues the studio's focus on myth-based storytelling and character-driven combat within an action RPG structure. The Warlock arrives in Diablo IV with the Lord of Hatred expansion as a dark counterpart to the Paladin, built around forbidden infernal magic and demonic control. This class uses flames, metal chains, and summon demons to deal damage and manage fights. Players can bind or consume their minions to gain temporary buffs, creating flexible combat options. The skill tree supports different builds, including defensive demon walls or aggressive roaming summons that reshape how battles are handled.
Born of blood and bone. To unlock the forbidden secrets and foulest black rituals, calling forth life from death. My family, my soul. To truly embrace this power, you must take it into the world. And you will be shunned, scorned, marked as a living sacrifice to this profane knowledge. You will be a priest of Rathma, a necromancer. And you will not confront the darkness alone. We are the speakers of the dead, and the dead have no mercy.
Silent Hill Townfall is a single-player psychological horror game where Simon Ordell returns to the fog-covered island of St. Amelia to uncover his connection to the town's past. Played entirely in first person, the game combines tense evasion, limited weapon combat, and narrative puzzles that reveal hidden truths. Players use tools like the CRTV Pocket Television to detect unstable signals while moving through abandoned areas, balancing survival, investigation, and careful resource use in a tightly controlled horror structure.
I woke up in the water again. But this time it's different. I keep trying to fix what happened. But no matter what I do,
you can't fix it. It doesn't let us change things. You did what you did.
God of War Greek Trilogy Remake is in development, while God of War Sons of Sparta introduces a 2D action platformer set during Kratos' youth at the Agoge with his brother Deimos. The remake project remains in an early stage with few gameplay details shared. Sons of Sparta adapts the series' combat into side-scrolling action where Kratos uses spear, shield, and divine gifts of Olympus against mythological enemies, combining classic mechanics with hand-drawn pixel visuals and narrated storytelling.
Hey, what's happening, fam? It is OGTC, the original God of War. How y'all doing today? I'm so glad you're hanging out, and I want you to know, as we close out this last few months of the God of War's 20th anniversary, I'm thrilled to bring you some exciting news about the series today. Now look, we are happy and excited to finally confirm that, the Greek Trilogy Remake is now in development. Yeah, man, I know. Sit down. Now look, this project is still in the early stages, so it'll be a minute before we get back to share another update, right? But I'm telling you, next time we come back, we coming with something big, baby. Yeah. So, closing, I want to say thank you. Thank you all for your patience. You've been waiting. So thank you for your patience. But most of all, I want to thank you all for supporting this God of War franchise all these years.
Brace yourself!
007 First Light is an espionage action-adventure game from IO Interactive that tells the origin story of a young James Bond during MI6 training. The single-player game combines stealth, gadgets, driving, and direct combat, allowing players to approach missions quietly or with force. Bond can infiltrate using tools or fight through encounters while uncovering a conspiracy tied to a rogue agent. Replay modifiers encourage different strategies, supporting flexible mission design and skill-based progression.
I state the obvious. He is not ready.
Jibs, the service is over.
You're a rare breed, Bond. I should be interested to see what you do next.
009 will employ every manner of subterfuge to avoid capture.
Try not to draw attention to yourself.
Me?
Housekeeping, I presume?
You seem the kind of guy who knows what he likes.
So you won't do anything stupid.
Of course not. I'm not an idiot.
Agents have very short life expectancy. And if you...
Project Windless is a single-player, open-world action RPG developed by Crafton Montreal Studio and based on The Bird That Drinks Tears. Players control a recon warrior in a war-torn fantasy setting, using fast, skill-based melee combat against large enemy forces. The game supports free roaming, alliance building, and choice-driven progression across a world shaped by multiple races. Designed as a premium experience without live service elements or microtransactions, it prioritizes combat mastery and player-driven progression.
This world was never yours to keep. How dare you stand in the way of purity, little king?
Untitled John Wick Game is a single-player third-person action title developed by Saber Interactive in collaboration with Lionsgate and Chad Stahelski. The game features an original story within the John Wick timeline, expanding the franchise with both familiar and new characters. Gameplay is built around gun-fu combat, cinematic camera work, and driving sequences across varied environments. The design aims to replicate the series' signature action style while placing players directly in the role of John Wick.
Versatile, capable, adaptable. He must be grounded, stable, constant. I believe you are ready, sir.
Yeah.
Beast of Reincarnation is an action RPG from Game Freak, where players control Emma alongside her companion dog Ku in a post-apocalyptic Japan. The game combines real-time sword combat with command-based support from Ku, creating a hybrid battle system that mixes action and turn-style inputs. Players can customize builds through skill trees, gear, and spirit stones while fighting powerful bosses and capturing their abilities, with progression built around the growing combat synergy between the two characters.
That's 6 now. 6 survivors of Raccoon City, all dead from the same thing.
Resident Evil Requiem is a survival horror game from Capcom that combines investigation, puzzle solving, combat, and resource management. Players alternate between FBI analyst Grace Ashcroft and Agent Leon S. Kennedy, each offering different gameplay approaches as events connect around a new outbreak tied to Raccoon City. The game allows switching between first and third-person perspectives, supporting flexible playstyles while maintaining the series' core structure of careful movement, limited supplies, and high-risk encounters.
What do you mean?
He grabbed you for a reason. Did you find anything on Opus?
Not yet. Nothing on the servers of the CIA or the Pentagon.
You are an ignorant fool.
Leon, we're running out of time.
Why me?
The team has settled on a person of interest. A former T-virus researcher.
Because my master made you who you are.
Raccoon City was where it all began for me.
I'm coming with you.
We can talk. What do you want to know?
I don't want any more regrets. Whatever it takes, count me in.
Tides of Annihilation is a fantasy action-adventure inspired by Arthurian legend, set in a shattered modern London after an otherworldly invasion. Players control Gwendolyn and fight using a knight-based combat system that allows summoning and coordinating spectral knights with different abilities. The game features large-scale battles against massive enemies alongside story-driven progression tied to saving her family and restoring the city, combining hack-and-slash combat with team-based tactical options. Clive Barker's Hellraiser Revival is a first-person action horror survival game where players control Aiden as he uses the Genesis configuration puzzle box to rescue his girlfriend from the labyrinth. Gameplay combines puzzle box abilities with conventional weapons to fight cultists, Cenobites, and other hostile enemies. The design centers on managing limited resources while using the box's power strategically, with story-driven progression tied to surviving encounters linked to Pinhead and the Hellraiser mythos.
Comprehend these sights. When you call for us, and you can no longer return, you can only journey deeper into hell and witness the infinite terror within. The reckoning will be...
Control Resonant is an action RPG where players control Dylan Faden in a reality-distorted Manhattan following a major paranatural breach. Combat shifts toward heavy melee using the shape-shifting weapon called the Aberrant, alongside supernatural powers and environmental attacks. Players navigate open-ended city zones affected by gravity anomalies and hostile entities such as the Hiss and the Mold. Progression is built around upgrading abilities, adapting builds, and uncovering the events tied to the expanding crisis.
The director of Control Resonant, the game-changing sequel to Control. What you are seeing here is an early mission captured from our in-development build. We play as Dylan Faden, our supernaturally gifted hero, in a version of Manhattan like you haven't seen before. We recently acquired Shift, an ability that empowers Dylan to seamlessly move through gravity anomalies and adapt to the world around him. Here we are showcasing a set of different forms of Dylan's main weapon, the Aberrant, can take, and his supernatural abilities. There are a lot of different ones you can discover to suit your playstyle. While in combat, we encourage you to play aggressively, balancing between melee attacks and abilities.
Any updates for me?
Kind of. You'll know it when you hear it. Just try to stay alive out there, okay?
Almost there, Zoe. What the hell is that thing? Something. I know where the Resonant is, Zoe. I'll call you back.
Resonants are the dominant threat in what's our most ambitious game to date. And we can't wait to share it with you later in 2026.
every drop of blood you've
Crisol Theater of Idols is a survival horror adventure set on the cursed island of Tormentosa, where players control Gabriel, a soldier who uses his own blood as ammunition. Combat revolves around balancing health and firepower, since every attack drains life. The game combines first-person shooting, puzzle solving, and resource management while players upgrade blood-based abilities and weapons. Progression depends on careful risk management while uncovering the island's dark history and cult activity.
Our newest racer has arrived! Welcome to the Galactic League!
Star Wars Galactic Racer is a racing game set in an underground Outer Rim circuit known as the Galactic League. Players pilot different classes of repulsor craft, including land speeders and pod racers, each with distinct handling and upgrade paths. The game combines story-driven, single-player progression with competitive PvP modes, where takedowns and strategic racing determine success. Vehicle customization and risk-reward mechanics shape progression as racers build reputation within the unsanctioned league.
Impeding! If they weren't holding me back right now, I'd have you frozen in carbonite!
I sense suffering here, Spirit. Do you need help?
Kena Scars of Kosmora is an action-adventure sequel where an older spirit guide travels to a new island after her staff is fractured by a powerful corruption. The game expands combat with elemental alchemy abilities, allowing Kena to modify her staff for combo attacks, parries, and heavier weapon forms. Players also gain new animal companions that assist in traversal and combat. Progression centers on mastering updated spirit guiding techniques while confronting threats tied to the island's spreading corruption.
That temple has been sealed as long as I can remember. Dangerous corruption was locked inside, along with the secrets of a forgotten practice. Spirit guides here once used alchemy to cleanse corruption. Maybe you can do the same.
Fear will bind you, gripping to the present, which must always pass. Regret will bind you, longing for the past you cannot change. Love will bind you, yearning for a future you will not see.
My friend, have I ever told you about my past?
Kingdom Come Deliverance receives a next-gen console update that improves performance and visual quality for existing owners. The patch enables gameplay at up to 60 frames per second on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, S, while enhancing visual assets and overall sharpness. This is a technical upgrade rather than a remake, keeping the original story and mechanics intact. Players continue Henry's story-driven open-world RPG progression with smoother combat, improved stability, and updated presentation.
All of him fled from the enemy, disobeyed your orders.
But you need training, arms, a horse.
Take me into your service and give me the chance to learn these things.
This land of ours is in the shit. Deep fucking shit.
Where's my fucking sword?
We will hack them to pieces.
Promise me you'll take care of yourself.
So much has changed since those days, but I can recall it all. The good parts and the painful ones. So, let's have a drink. And let me tell you everything.
Mercy Incore is a hack-and-slash action-adventure where players control a fallen knight sustained by a life-draining core in a techno-dimension. Combat centers on aggressive melee flow where attacks, movement, and defense actions all deal damage and steal health from enemies. Weapons can morph between forms such as claymore, scythe, and dagger, each acting as a different combat class. Progression revolves around managing the Drain Core's hunger while adapting gear built from techno scrap.
One of those. Finally. Just you wait.
Gothic 1 Remake rebuilds the classic RPG with modern systems while keeping the original colony setting and faction-driven structure. Players control the nameless hero inside the Valley of the Mines, navigating a dynamic open world where NPC routines and faction choices influence progression. The remake updates combat, traversal, and quest design while preserving the core survival and role-playing mechanics with advancement tied to alliances, skill development, and interaction with the prison colony's living ecosystem.
And yet, instinct whispers that those cast aside will shape their days to come. A colony in perpetual conflict, so divided, so full of contradictions. Those who follow the new god speak of salvation, but faith may have an even grimmer future in store. The bandits preach freedom, anarchy without chains, yet kneel before the mages in the name of balance. Then come the self-proclaimed rulers of the valley, so lost in greed and in the comfort of their fragile arrangement that they long lost any interest in change. And yet, we are all the same, prisoners of the great dome in the sky, with no hope of escaping.
If there's a way out of here, I'll find it.
Castlevania Belmont's Curse is a 2D action exploration game set 23 years after Dracula's Curse, where a young Belmont fights through monster-infested Paris using the Vampire Killer Whip. Gameplay revolves around precise whip mechanics that support both combat and movement, alongside secondary weapons and abilities for different combat situations. Players navigate trap-filled biomes, uncover secrets, and solve environmental challenges, with progression built around mastering traversal, timing, and tactical weapon use.
So now, we appeal to you, Trevor Belmont, last of House Belmont.
Long ago, you were made for this night, to save the...
Crimson Moon is a Gothic action-adventure RPG, where players control a Nephilim warrior fighting to reclaim the city of Gildenark. Combat centers on melee-focused encounters against demons, undead, and other creatures, with executions and angelic powers shaping battle flow. The game features replayable mission runs with progression tied to upgrades unlocked between attempts at a central headquarters. Optional 2-player co-op allows shared lives and synergy mechanics, while dynamic difficulty adjusts enemy composition.
It's me! You gotta let me in! They're right behind me! Open the fucking...
Directive 8020 is a cinematic sci-fi survival horror game where players guide the crew of the colony ship Cassiopeia after it crash lands on Tau Ceti F. Gameplay mixes stealth, quick reactions, and limited combat against an alien organism that can mimic humans. Player decisions branch the story through a turning point system that leads to multiple outcomes. Survival depends on identifying threats, managing tense encounters, and making high-risk choices that affect the fate of the crew.
Keep in control!
Not one goddamn step.
It's me, please!
Better be a fucking alien.
I've shed my skin. Leave me out here, please!
The question is, what are you going to do about it?
Hi, I'm Mike Booth from Bad Robot Games, and game director of 4Loop. As a game designer, a core goal of mine...
4Loop is a 4-player co-op roguelite shooter where teams fight to survive a large-scale alien invasion. Missions are selected through a probability map that changes risk and reward, leading to varied objectives and boss encounters. If at least one teammate survives, others can be reprinted at base, supporting repeated runs and recovery strategies. Progression centers on upgrading gear and customizing loadouts while adapting to unpredictable combat situations and high-pressure team play.
Each node represents a different mission with its own risks, rewards, and surprises. Everyone votes to choose the next mission. Once you've chosen a node on the probability map, your team will teleport into the mission. You may have to collect mission-critical resources, or even rescue survivors that can offer cool upgrades from your gear, all while trying to avoid the alien forces constantly sending drop pods and kill bots to stop you. We've worked hard to ensure that there are tons of items to choose from and a lot of strange creatures and mysterious things to encounter. For example, this weird alien plant is called a blink root, where you can collect a blink berry, which will teleport anyone who touches it to a random, distant location. All the various enemies, weapons, items, and mission objectives are all designed to interact with each other in dynamic ways that create emergent gameplay and endless, replayable chaos. That means your decisions really matter, and creativity and improvisation are key. We really want players to try things and think outside the box, like hacking an alien terminal to provide intel to the rest of the team, or being bombarded by killbot drop pods, or barely escaping with your life. And if you do die, don't worry. So long as one of you makes it back to home base, you'll be reprinted and ready to try again. The home base is a place for your team to readjust their strategy, evolve your loadout, and choose rewards from an increasing array of powerful gear and upgrades. Each act of the probability map culminates in one of multiple boss battles. This is the Scanner Boss, a huge geologic surveyor that scans for flux deposits to harvest. Its scan fields are very lethal, creating a dynamic obstacle course of lasers to avoid while attempting to destroy the boss itself. Because the scanner's body rotates like a 3D puzzle, you'll want to spread out and attack it from all sides. All, of course, while avoiding the slow-moving, lethal laser grids. Our goal here is to create something new, where every run has you yelling and laughing and saying, "I can't believe that just happened." We're currently in pre-beta, so there's still plenty of polish to come, and we need players like you to join us in upcoming playtests. Your feedback will be invaluable in helping us make this game truly great. We can't wait for you to play it for yourselves. Now, go and fail to save the world.
Echo Generation 2 is a turn-based sci-fi deck-building RPG, where players control Jack as he searches for a way home from a strange dimension. Combat revolves around building and customizing card decks, summoning allies, and creating combo strategies against cosmic enemies. Players recruit companions through quests and use them for support abilities during battles. Progression is driven by collecting over 100 cards and adapting deck builds to handle different enemy encounters and tactical situations. Marathon is a PvPvE extraction shooter where players control biocybernetic runners scavenging the colony of Tau Ceti 4. Gameplay revolves around entering hostile zones, collecting loot, and successfully extracting while facing rival players, AI enemies, and environmental threats. Players customize runner shells, weapons, and implants to build different playstyles, with faction contracts providing long-term progression. Each run puts gathered gear at risk, creating high-stakes encounters that reward preparation and tactical decision-making.
I must endure.
Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 2 is a compilation that brings together Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots, and Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker in updated versions, along with bonus content such as Metal Gear, Ghost Babel, and a digital soundtrack. The package preserves the series' stealth action gameplay built around infiltration, enemy evasion, and mission-based progression. Additional digital books provide story and character details, while the included titles retain their original mechanics and structure within the collection.
You'll have no choice but to accept death.
This is my final mission.
So began the war between Zero and Big Boss.
Do you understand, Snake? Any means necessary. Just stop Liquid's insurrection.
Liquid! Guns of the Patriots! Because I knew where my loyalty belonged. Nukes. They're bringing nukes into Costa Rica.
We are not allowed to bear arms.
Please, you must drive them out of our defenseless country as our deterrent.
Yes. It simply said Jack over and over.
Boss. Is that you? Answer me! Boss!
Neva Prologue is downloadable content that expands the base game with a new chapter following Alba as she guides a lost wolf cub through corrupted swamps. The expansion introduces 3 new areas, additional enemies, and boss encounters while building on the original platforming and companion-based mechanics. Progression centers on earning the wolf's trust and overcoming environmental challenges, with the content designed as a more demanding continuation intended for players who have completed the main game. Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls is a 2.5D tag team fighting game featuring Marvel characters in a 4v4 combat system designed for both accessibility and competitive depth. Players begin matches with one fighter and an assist partner, gradually unlocking the full team by meeting mid-match conditions such as wall breaks that shift battles across arenas. Teams share a single vital gauge, while the assemble gauge controls assist usage, and combat is built around light, medium, heavy, and unique attacks, combined with EX moves and cinematic ultimate skills.
Feel the power of Mother Earth!
Let me at them, Storm. Limbo is waiting, and I'm starving for your soul! Time to end this!
I've got this one. I'll show you how the X-Men get it done. You're cooked, Bob.
Initiating attack. I am all that remains of Shi'ar technology. Prepare to be disassembled. Surrender to avoid further danger.
Let's finish this!
We are stronger! Together!
Demons terrorized the land and subjugated its people.
Ghost of Yotei Legends is a 4-player online co-op expansion that introduces a supernatural combat mode with class-based team play. Players choose between samurai, archer, mercenary, and shinobi roles while completing story missions, wave-based survival, and a later raid activity. Gameplay shifts toward fighting mythical enemies such as Oni and other creatures, with progression tied to cooperative strategy, class abilities, and coordinated encounters designed for multiplayer-focused challenges.
Nothing can stop the true warrior from vengeance, not even death.
Land of the Dead Trees is a roguelike extraction RPG where players take the role of a lumberjack fighting corrupted trees in a decaying world. Gameplay centers on fast melee combat that rewards timing, positioning, and quick reactions while navigating procedurally generated areas. Each run features different enemy encounters, with permanent upgrades carrying over after failure to strengthen future attempts. Progression revolves around reaching the safe zone called Purgatory while adapting weapon and ability combinations.
That's the Earth.
Pragmata is a science fiction action-adventure where players control Hugh alongside the android Diana while navigating a lunar research station. Gameplay is built around coordinated combat and a hacking system that requires using both characters together to overcome enemies and environmental obstacles. Encounters combine shooting, movement, and real-time hacking interactions with progression tied to mastering their cooperative mechanics while uncovering the situation unfolding on the moon.
Hey, Hugh? What were you like as a kid?
When I was young, I was in an orphanage. I was a lot like you. I had a few bumps along the way. But I had someone looking out for me. And now it's your turn.
Removal time exceeding estimates. Deploying reinforcements.
What in the...
What is that for you, Arjun? Finishing the mission. Keeping people safe.
Saros is a third-person action roguelike where players control Soltari enforcer Arjun Devraj investigating a lost colony on the planet Carcosa. Combat combines shooter and bullet hell mechanics, with the Soltari shield absorbing enemy fire and converting it into powerful counterattacks. Each death feeds a persistent progression system that unlocks new weapons and suit upgrades for later runs. Players also collect Soltari holograms to uncover story details while adapting to increasingly dangerous encounters.
Discovering the hostile shape-shifting planet of Carcosa. As you encounter a variety of ever more brutal hostiles, death is inevitable. But in Saros, death only means that you will come back stronger. Welcome to the Passage. You are not on your own. Interacting with the survivors of Echelon 4 will help you understand the mysteries of Carcosa.
I can't believe so many are gone.
They didn't all die. Some of them changed.
This is Primary, the voice of Soltari. Here you can engage with our permanent progression systems to upgrade your armor's attributes and acquire special perks. With Carcosan modifiers, you can adjust your experience by, for example, making hostiles tougher, weaker, or even removing the second chance ability entirely. However, all adjustments you choose must be kept in balance to ensure a consistent challenge level. Primary also allows you to teleport directly to any biome that you have unlocked. This means getting back into the action quicker. It also means easier replayability the further you get into the world. Using the teleport, you can now quickly restart the selected biome and get back to where you were. And now it's time to take another shot at what killed you the first time around. Eventually, you come across an alien device. By using it, you discover that it calls the Eclipse. The Eclipse corrupts the world. It's a complete escalation of our gameplay, our audio, and our visuals on Carcosa. Hostiles now shoot corrupted projectiles, which reduce your maximum armor integrity, but you can restore it by using your power weapon. Weapons and artifacts also become corrupted, which alters them in both positive and negative ways, which ramps up the challenge. We can't wait for you to play Saros when we launch on April 30, 2026.
A world shrouded by lightfall. Shining.
Rev Noir is an action JRPG where players control Ash, an amnesiac protagonist investigating a deadly phenomenon known as Lightfall in a dark, noir-inspired setting. Gameplay centers on character-driven combat and story progression alongside a mysterious companion who supports Ash's mission. The narrative explores themes of fate and human will while players confront threats tied to the spreading Lightfall, with advancement built around combat encounters and uncovering the truth behind the world's crisis.
Journey.
Those were Her Majesty's words.
I'm going to defeat you here and stop the Lightfall.
Yakoh Shinobi Ops is a cooperative stealth action game where up to 4 ninjas infiltrate enemy territory using coordinated movement and specialized ninjutsu. Gameplay centers on avoiding detection, bypassing traps, and escaping alive rather than direct combat, with each character providing unique support tools such as grappling hooks or smoke screens. Missions emphasize tight team synchronization, while powerful hunters force players to rely on stealth, deception, and precise timing to complete operations successfully. Lords of the Fallen 2 is a Souls-like action RPG set a century after the previous game, where players control the Lamp-Bearer in a darker world affected by the spreading Umbral Calamity. Combat builds on the series' heavy melee system with added dismemberment and execution mechanics. The Dual Realm feature returns, allowing players to shift between the Living Realm and Umbral to navigate environments and uncover paths. Progression centers on mastering deliberate combat and strategic realm switching.
We really tried hard to keep to the core things of God of War, of start off the game for Sons of Sparta.
God of War Sons of Sparta is a 2D action platformer set during Kratos' early training alongside Deimos, adapting the series' combat into side-scrolling gameplay. Players use spear and shield weapons that can be enhanced through attachments and skill trees, while Divine Gifts of Olympus provide special combat abilities. Progression involves learning new skills, fighting mythological enemies, and navigating detailed pixel environments, with combat and upgrades shaping how players approach each encounter.
One of the considerations that we had when translating a 3D action series into 2D was how the combat would flow smoothly, because you're taking something from a 3D plane and then limiting it to just 2D, like 2 planes. Some of the animations are taken directly from legacy God of War games, and we have developed a special tool to essentially take the animations from those and then convert them to 2D sprite sheets. We send it off to our pixel team to essentially draw over with pixels to create those animations.
Players will definitely see some of the old classics like Wraiths, Minotaurs, Gorgons.
If you've ever seen any of these creatures from the legacy God of War games, you'll get to see them in this new, reimagined way.
We wanted to bring in a lot of new enemies to the game too, but still kind of keep things to that classic Greek feel to it all. So one of my personal favorites we brought in was the Lampides enemy. It's a 3-bodied woman that's kind of floating on the spiral thing that shoots out fire at the player.
The God of War franchise has always been known for its larger-than-life boss battles against Greek monsters from myth and lore, and we've been able to create some lost legends that people may not be familiar with and bring them to life in ways that PixArt's never been done before. The most important things to keep from God of War for this game has been making sure that Kratos is fun to play, that Kratos feels cool to move around and has great visuals accompanying with each attack that hits hard, hits fast, and is fun.
Kratos' base kit in Sons of Sparta is all about his Spartan training. It's all about the Spartan weapons, the spear and shield, and how he uses those in combat.
Throughout the game, though, you begin to start attaching things to your spear and start attaching things to your shield. Then you start to discover that there's these magical elements.
Animation is very important to have a satisfying combat. I think really selling the blow of an axe, seeing that spear go through the enemy, the feeling of the combat, and really feeling like Kratos.
The system that I love the most about the game is definitely the sub-weapon system and how it is tied to the gods and how it's incorporated into the combat system is very much my favorite thing.
Through each Olympian gift, not only are you unlocking a range of abilities augmented by the gift from the respective Olympian god, but you're also using it to your advantage to bolster your strength to defeat these monsters in a just absolutely stunning way.
Between all these old enemies and these new enemies and these themes of the game of, this coming of age, we have a wide variety of things for you to fight and kill and challenge you.
Don't be afraid to use all of your weapons to just mess with the world. There's a lot of interactable things. If you think something looks suspicious, just give it a shot. It might be something interesting. Expect a lot of hidden boss fights that you might not think to look for.
Sons of Sparta has it all for you. We have everything you'd expect as far as exploration and combat, but now it's attached to this unbelievable IP and this story element. If you're new to the God of War series, this is the prequel. This is where it all starts, so it's the perfect entry point.
Everything you love about the God of War experience is here in this game. That's a lot to do with Megacat taking all of those main points to heart. Is there incredible combat? Yes. Is the narrative strong throughout and makes you feel something? Yes. And finally, is the world around you one that you can get lost in? Yes. It is a God of War game through and through, and one you are going to love.
Welcome to the last Crimson Desert Features overview video.
Crimson Desert is an open-world action-adventure where players control Cliff, a Greymane warrior trying to rebuild his scattered group across the continent of Pywell. Gameplay combines fast melee combat, ranged weapons, and elemental abilities against both large-scale battles and one-on-one encounters. Players travel across varied regions, using mounts, climbing, and gliding while gathering resources and crafting gear. Progression is shaped by combat mastery, faction conflicts, and uncovering threats tied to Pywell's shifting power balance.
By the Greymane camp, a stretch of land in Hernand that serves as the faction's new base after Payloon is lost to the Black Bears.
Grab 'em! Find them all!
Its beginnings may be humble, but over time, you'll be able to expand the camp with funds and resources that you acquire on your travels. With these upgrades, the camp will become more than just a place to rest. Here, you can prepare for the journeys ahead. Prepare meals at camp that will keep up your health,
It's about time you got hungry.
or purchase provisions from the camp vendor. You can also go a step further and produce the resources needed for cooking and crafting yourself by working the camp's ranch and farm, a helpful option when resources are in short supply.
So this is home now, eh?
The camp is also the foothold for rebuilding the Greymane faction, and building it is the starting point in the journey to reclaiming the Greymane's lost homeland of Payloon. The comrades you reunite with along your journey will come here to regroup, while others will hear news of the camp and arrive of their own accord. These Greymanes can take on several roles. They can be dispatched to locations across Pywell where missions can be found. Having your comrades complete these missions will grant you with currency and resources such as wood and ore, and materials required for cooking and alchemy. Greymanes can also be dispatched to blockaded locations and help to whittle down enemy ranks even while you're in other parts of Pywell. Your journey will inevitably take you to the villages, towns, and cities of Pywell's various regions. Here, shops and vendors offer everything from daily provisions to a range of equipment and materials. A blacksmith can forge a new weapon to replace the one you've carried since Hernand, while a tailor ensures you're properly outfitted for the journeys ahead.
Oh, your wardrobe tells your story.
But commerce is only one part of life.
I'll do the same for you someday. This is for you. Good health to you. My words of praise must seem shallow.
There are residents here who are in need of someone to hear their requests. Some may need protection from bandits. Others may ask you to deliver goods, or help track down a missing person. These stories unfold alongside the region's larger tales, offering a glimpse into the everyday lives of those who live in Pywell. Spend a little time in these locations and soak in the atmosphere. Meet residents, both good and bad. Catch whispers of rumors from the locals, or engage in lighter diversions along the way. Just be mindful of the law. Harmful actions can turn residents and guards hostile, making travel more difficult as you're forced to fight your way through, pay fines, or even serve time in jail. Beyond the towns and cities, you'll also encounter people and come upon locations that draw you into new adventures. Like a town hidden away, home to some unusual residents.
I don't think. Let's move them.
Or locations that, whether through mechanical or mystical means, require fixing. So take in life apart from the battles and wilderness of Pywell and explore its towns, cities, and beyond.
They can provide resources, new stories, or even just moments of levity in your journey. Cooking will be one of your essential activities. Food can replenish or temporarily strengthen your health, spirit, and stamina, giving you the edge in exploration or battle. Along your travels, you'll find bonfires and cooking recipes that allow you to prepare hearty meals. Fishing and hunting will provide the ingredients these recipes require. While items like flowers and insects can be used in alchemy to brew medicines that enhance your combat capabilities. Other activities, like mining and gathering, will also yield materials for crafting and upgrading your equipment. You can also craft more advanced and specialized tools with valuable resources you uncover on your journey. Shaping your daily life in Pywell also extends to customizing your character. At camp, you can adjust hairstyles and tattoos, as well as your outfits using dyes. A wide variety of dyes can be discovered throughout the world or brewed through alchemy, so experiment with the different color combinations available. And that wraps up the Crimson Desert Features Overview series. We've explored Pywell and its stories and characters, the combat and progression, and the activities that make up life in Crimson Desert. We hope that this series has given you a better understanding of the game. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in Pywell.